Now, the main vertical current just doesn't hang there all on its own and you kind of like hang on it like a little paper body. There's a whole interwoven system of energy networks that are built off of that main vertical current. You have your chakra systems, which are little vortices of energy, and we have a whole system on chakras for those who don't know it's there, but that's part of the anatomy. You don't need to understand too much immediately about the chakras. When you start getting into meditations, you're going to, because you need to know where to put the energy. If you want to activate strand 10, you need to activate chakra 10. You need to run energy to that. Where might that be? So it's helpful to know the positions of the chakras. But one of the other things that manifests through the energy systems are the Axiatonal lines. These are main energy feed lines. They're smaller than the main vertical current, but they bring different dimensions of frequency into different areas of the body and the auric field around the body. You can see them with higher sight. If you go up to 6-strand activation and turn on your inner vision at D6 level, you'll be able to see the structure of them. You can see a little bit at D4, but not too much. See, when you turn on the DNA, you also get interdimensional perception progressively opening up. You become psychic, because psychic is a normal state of being for a human being. Now, Axiatonal lines are important only in realizing that you have them running through your body. They're important for a lot of other reasons, but for basic stuff, if you want to make yourself more comfortable while you're activating, if you realize you have these energy lines running through your body, and that when the body's not used to processing energy, and all of a sudden the DNA kicks up a whole new burst of new frequency, and it can get jammed up in the cells, and it can get jammed up in the networks, and that's where you get pain, and that's where it hurts. If you do simple things, like massage, simply massaging vertical, in the legs, in the arms, the Axiatonal lines run vertically in the body. They get blocked up. They block up everything built on top of them. They will create chakra blockages. They will create blockages in the smaller networks of energy called the meridian lines. The meridian lines are what acupuncturists use. All right, but below the meridian lines are the deeper Axiatonal lines. And below that, there's a core template that's connected to the DNA and the main vertical current. So if we can begin to realize that you can use certain techniques, like, I want to make sure I cover all the ones that I said I was going to on the internet. To wake up the body, I would say use first moving the muck, we call it. This is where you clear the Axiatonal lines. Moving muck is not that hard. Now, we have the Kathara Biospiritual Healing System that shows you how to move it from the deepest levels of the template. But if you're laying, you're home watching TV, and all of a sudden you're just getting sore. You just feel things are sore. What your body is trying to say to you is, please rub me. Please move the energy in these areas. Soreness, pain, comes from blocked energy. It comes from blockages in the Axiatonal lines that become very, very common when your DNA is activating. And since you're on the planet and the grids are activating and your DNA is going to do it whether you want it to or not, it's a good time to realize you have the power right in your fingertips to begin making a difference. To run Axiatonal line blockages, because they run on verticals, where meridian lines run vertical, horizontal, and diagonal, the main ones that control the meridians are the Axiatonal lines, and they are vertical. Vertical massage, running down the body and up the body, and using quite a bit of pressure. Your body will let you know how much pressure. If you rub for a while, vertically, or you can have your partner do it, or your mother do it, or something. You can do it for each other. It's simply, you don't need to have a massage license to do this. You don't need, I'm not going to go and rub you and teach you how to massage and then, have everybody tell me I need a license to teach massage. There's nothing wrong with teaching you how. You can simply use your own hands to help your DNA activation process and help yourself feel more comfortable. Vertical, running the lines. You can also use the visualization while you're doing it of running pale silver light. These pale silver light, some people call it the platinum ray. That's some in the New Age movement, some refer to it as that. Pale silver light is the liquid light, the D12 frequency. It's available now. It's coming through the planetary grids now, so you can pull it into the body. We have the Maharic seal, temporary Maharic seal activation exercise. It's back there. It's free for anybody who wants them. If you run this, you're beginning to bring the D12 frequency into the body. You can run this while you're massaging your legs, your arms, just your body. You can massage your head. Do it in vertical stripes going up your head. Sit there and play with your body for a while. Just sit someplace. Take some time and say, okay, I have these lines, huh? I have these lines in my body, okay? I don't feel them. I don't know where they are, but maybe I can find them. Try to find them. try to rub and start to feel the difference. If I rub over here, do I feel more or less sensation? If I move the finger back an inch, get in touch with your axiotonal lines, and you will start to have more control over how you feel during the processes we're going to go through in the next 10 years. There's another part that's very useful. There's another part of the body grids that get blocked when DNA activates rapidly, which it's going to be doing. It's called the diodic grid. Now, the diodic grid is simply a name for a level of the body systems that look like a million little vortices. They look like little tiny spirals, little tornadoes of energy. And the whole body, there's a level that you can close your eyes and actually see your body as these billions of points of light, and off every little point of light, there's a little vortice that sticks out. These are called diodes. They have an energy relationship with the part of you that's stationed on parallel Earth in the antiparticle universe. Energy goes between the two of you. All right? You don't need to worry about your parallel self too much, but you can have blockages in the diodic grid, which means those little vortices and the little light at their center, the light turns dark, and it's like closing a conduit of energy. And what happens there is it builds up energy. It builds up what are called miasmic crystals in that level of the body. Miasmic crystals will affect the DNA template and cause distortions there. This is what the karmic pattern is. It's buildups of miasmic crystals that have been coming in from the other time vectors that we're connected to. We'll get into that too tomorrow. As far as incarnation, karma, simultaneous time, and what that really means. But for now, if you realize you have these little vortices running all over the body, and they're most healthy and your body is feeling good when those vortices, the little center part of them, the little small part of the cone, is opened. So energy naturally flows for wherever it's coming from over there, which happens to be the antiparticle universe, into here. The energy flows naturally. When they block, they create crystallizations of energy. You can feel these sometimes with the fingertips. If you have nails, it's hard. I found that out because recently mine actually grew for the first time. And I was feeling around in my leg, and I could feel what felt like little tiny, tiny stones. They're little hard spots, little bumps. Feel around. Take your arm or your hand. Try to feel if you can feel them yet. Sometimes your fingertips have to get more sensitized, and if you have long nails, it's hard to get your fingertip onto something because the nails get in the way. But try to explore your body for the feeling of little tiny round things. The kind of little tiny things, they feel like little shards of crystal that are in there. These are part of the miasmic imprint that you can actually feel. These are the parts that block the diodic grid. When you massage those, if you can find them, and the more you play with this, the more your fingers will become sensitized to finding them very quickly in yourself and in other people. When you find them, you can do single point massage on them with quite a bit of pressure. And you can run energy. If you're working with the Kathara Biospiritual Healing System, you'll know how to turn on your energy currents in your palms and in your fingers. So you'll be able to directly really throw energy into them to break them out. If you're having pain in a certain area of the body, guaranteed you will have a bunch of the diodic vortices blocked with little miasmic crystals. You can use pinpoint massage in those areas. And even if you can't feel them yet, start with just using pinpoint massage, pushing take whatever finger feels better, wherever you get the strongest pressure, and do circular. First do it clockwise and counterclockwise, or vice versa, just so you get it circulating in both areas, both directions. You will start to break up those frequency patterns, which will release that energy. It will let the natural flow of energy come back through the little diodic vortices all over the body. Sometimes it takes some time to work them out. If you have a lot of pain in one area, you have a lot of congestion of miasmic buildup there. If you're aware that pain comes from blocked something, you can find out at least what that something is, and you can unblock it. You can have a lot of control over pain in your body. You can also have a lot of control of how much energy you're going to let move into your body. So, I don't know, try it for a second. Take an arm, for example. An arm. Most people aren't even in touch with their arms. They're just kind of there. When's the last time you felt your arm, Try to press hard in one little area, not to hurt yourself, but just start to circle. Try to sense if you can feel any little things that feel like little tiny, tiny pebbles or little shards of anything small. You may not feel it right away, but if you play with it long enough, you'll start to find them. You can start by finding them by pressing on your arm in several places and finding which one hurts. Because you'll start to find the pain and blocked dyadic vortices go together. You do have it. Like we do have these levels of our anatomy, and it's just that we've been taught to not look there. We've not been taught anything about them, so you don't know that they're there. You get pain, and we get used to numbing our nervous system, literally shutting parts of it down so we don't feel how bad things really feel. And when you start to let energy run, you start to really feel what you've been blocking. Use the tools of running the vertical massages, just simple, nice firm vertical massages for axiotonal lines, little circular pinpoint massages for the dyadic vortices. These are things that will become survival skills for you.